Welcome to the Chase Challenge Week 34. Now, when Nebuchadnezzar came in and captured Jerusalem, Jeremiah, who was a prisoner, was set free. Left with Jeremiah in the land of Judah was just a handful of some of the poorest people. And Nebuchadnezzar set a man named Gedaliah up as the governor over this handful of pitiful, poor people who are left. God allows Jeremiah to remain in Judah as an eyewitness so that not only you and I have access to accounts of the events going on at ground zero, but also the exiles who had been deported to Babylon through an occasional letter from Jeremiah would also know what was happening. While Jeremiah is left with the remnant in Judah, there's another prophet with the exiles in Babylonia. Let's just look at this chart. It gives you a basic idea where they are. Babylonia is over to the northeast. Judah is somewhat in the middle, and then Egypt is into the southwest of Judah. So while God is using Jeremiah to continue to give instructions and warnings and prophecies to the remnant in Judah, he's also giving Ezekiel visions and demonstrations to help the exiles in Babylonia to know and understand what is happening in Jerusalem. These two prophets, Jeremiah and Ezekiel, are miles apart, but their message is amazingly similar. Their message is this: Babylonia will take over not only Judah, but all of the nations surrounding Judah. Much of what you read this week will be the prophecies of these surrounding nations that will be taken over by Babylonia. The only nation during this time that seems strong is Egypt. Everyone else is falling to the power of the mighty Babylonians. That small group of people that are left in Judah with Jeremiah are not really sure what to do or where to go. They fear what Nebuchadnezzar might do to them, and it looks like to them as if Egypt is the only safe place to go right now. What will they decide to do? And what do Jeremiah and Obadiah foretell will happen to Egypt and to the nations surrounding Judah? Both Jeremiah and Ezekiel proclaim that Babylonia will enjoy their power for 70 years. But even the mighty Babylonians' power will come to an end. Jeremiah and Ezekiel predict that a land from the north, who we know to be Persia, will rise up, destroy Babylonia, and return the Hebrews to the land that God had promised Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob so many years ago. At one point, the people left in Judah with Jeremiah begged Jeremiah to tell them what God wants them to do and where God wants them to go, because they're uncertain as to what to do. And they promise that whatever Jeremiah tells them, they will do. They will obey. They will follow God, whatever he says. Well, after 10 days, Jeremiah has a word from God, and he tells the remnant. What is that word, and how does the remnant respond to what Jeremiah says? This is a dark season in Judah's history. It may seem like Babylon is in control right now, but there is a king that is greater than Babylon. There is a king that is greater than all the nations of the world. And that king was on the throne then, and he's on the throne now. So keep chasing after him, because he's chasing after you. I'll see you next week.